What's up YouTube, Capital G here, got some Marincess action for you guys to check out, showing you the plays that this deck has at its disposal, post-Chaos Impact, and why it could be potentially one of the strongest decks in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! For Game 1. Marincess got a slew of new cards in Chaos Impact, and while I'm not in love with every card, especially, I still don't like Crystal Heart. I don't think that the card is very good. That's the Link 2 that's unaffected in the extra monster zone. What the card does allow you to do is go into the Wonder Heart and essentially turn this thing, when you combine it with the field spell, into a 4400 attack towers. This is all done with just a couple of cards. Every card is searchable from Signet Mining, which is super good, and it is very, very difficult for your opponent to out. Essentially, when you get her equipped with the 3 equips and she's 4400 unaffected by all your opponent's card effects, there are basically no common ways of outing this card directly, other than maybe kaijuing and evenly matching. Your opponent kind of has to go after the field spell, otherwise they just flat out can't kill this card. They can't even use things like Boil Sword Dragon because they can't brute force through it. She has an ability that can actually stop her from dying in battle by summoning one of the equipped monsters. So it's basically like coming down to, you have to get rid of the field spell or you just can't honestly win. Decks will not be able to deal with this card, I promise you. This is all done again by just a couple of cards, and the field spell, unfortunately, the player at the bottom drew it. You don't want to draw this card. Very similar to Salamangreat Sanctuary, you always get to search it through the natural progression of your combo. You get to search it for free, so you don't even want to like ever hard draw the card. You just want to search it from the Link 1. Signet Mining is going to get Seahorse, which is still like one of the best normal summons in this deck. Add Seahorse back to the hand, special summon it. This card is excellent for Marincess. I feel like it's going to be a staple. This is Sea Archiver. What this card allows you to do is, well, number one, it is cyber, so it is searchable by Signet Mining. Also, when you lock yourself into only being able to special summon water monsters, it doesn't matter because guess what? This is a water monster. So I tried the card in like Salamangreats early on, even in Burning Abyss, and I mean, I think it works better in Marincess. Anyways, goes for the Link 2, revive the Seahorse, goes for the Link 3, add Seahorse back to your hand, goes for the Link 4, and then equipped all of these little ladies back on the field, and this card is going to gain 2000 attack. It is now unaffected by all your opponent's card effects, and it's so big that it's damn near impossible to destroy in battle. Even if they do try to destroy it in battle, it does have that battle protection. So it's just a really, really difficult card considering they can't unaffect it, or they can't affect it. Think of something similar to like Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon, how difficult it is for decks to kill that card. This is essentially a bigger version of Ultimate Falcon. Now, I do think that this card is bugged here because not sure why the Crystal Heart equipped itself from the graveyard when the opponent special summoned a Marincess. I think that it was just a little bugged. He is going to try to go for a version of the same exact play. The problem is he's not actually going to summon the Crystal Hearts, and really you can see right there, right? So he activated the Marincess wave. For those of you guys, I mean, the simple way to explain this card is this is infinite impermanence for Marincess. It also gives you a little bit of protection, makes your guys unaffected, I believe, for just that turn. Yeah, until the end of the turn. But the thing is, it can't negate this because it's unaffected by an opponent's card effect. So they can throw all the spells and traps that they want at this card. It's just not going to do anything. He is using multiple copies of the Marincess Sea Star to try to do battle damage. But again, this is why things like Boil Sword Dragon won't kill her. When you try to kill her, you try to just brute force through her. She can have some of the other monsters just summon themselves. And then if you summon Marble Rock specifically, even Marble Rock can stop attacks as well by discarding other Marincess cards. And then Marble Rock will just return itself to the back row as if nothing ever happened. So it's really difficult to ever try to use card effects on her directly or to brute force your way through her. Like neither way essentially work against this card, and it's just a very powerful card. I was kind of arguing with my my Twitch stream. I was like, do you guys think that this can win duels? And I was like, I kind of feel like it can, because you're doing this combo essentially for just a couple of cards. It'd be one thing if you were setting this combo up and it took like 3-4 cards, but it's done with like 2 cards. Now I'll admit you are completely beholden on being able to get the like Seahorse. I'll admit that. I don't feel like Marincess does anything without Seahorse and without like Blue Tongue. I mean, I don't Blue Tang. I don't feel like the deck really does that much without these 2 cards, but I feel like if you can get to these cards, because Signet Mining is a thing, maybe Marincess will get a Rhoda, which would definitely help, because then you could always kind of have it. I feel like you can get these combos off. Now, sadly, because the player at the top has Wonder Heart on the field, but it can be affected by monsters. The player at the bottom can just go for Bolo Dragon and honestly just snatch steal this thing, which is exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, whenever you make your copy of Wonder Heart, you always want to go into Crystal Heart first. You want to give it that protection and make it so it's unaffected by everything. Otherwise, your opponent can go for things like Bolo Dragon and they can just like snatch steal your monster, and then you're left, you know, potentially just getting wrecked like this. You don't want to spend all that time making your Wonder Heart only to have it snatch steal or have it snatch stole. Also, even if they didn't use something like Bolo, there are so many different cards that could easily out it, Mind Control and Regeki and all those other cards. But if you do make her unaffected, if you do actually use the Crystal Heart to summon her, she is one hell of a monster to try to take down. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those short duels. If you did get a video a thumbs up, excuse me, short duel, it was only one duel. If you did get a video a thumbs up, thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.